Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKudash, Barakatham. It's the brother Kazak coming back at it again with another lesson, all right? And this lesson is going to be titled, They Shall Bring the Children to the Murderers. All right, roughly paraphrasing, in the book of Hosea. Now, this clip that you just saw, is a, clip of, I'm guessing it's the Border Patrol from the Mexican side, all right, which, they're the Hebrew Israelites of the tribe of Issachar. All right, that's their true biblical nationality. And, it's the border between Mexico and the U.S. It was in Rio Bravo, if I remember correctly. That's what the little caption said, and ultimately, just to give a little bit of backstory, because the captions are in Spanish. All right, they came traveling with their parents, and their parents just abandoned them there in hopes that, the U.S. Border Patrol finds them, and they are basically, they basically have no choice but to, take the children in and, put them in, basically take the children in, because what if U.S. Border Patrol, comes across the children, they have to take them in, where they'll be put in detention centers, and I know years back, there was a controversy that was coming out during the detention centers. Basically they were, being treated inhumanely, the children. All right. And this is, the folly of the Northern Kingdom, man. Because if the Northern Kingdom knew how Esau Edom gets down, and ultimately the prophecies, they would stay far away from Babylon, man. It would never cross their minds to even think about, sending their children up here, man. And it just goes to show, the so-called Latinos are the Hebrew Israelites, man. Also, in a response to that, to those clowns out there in Fopi, man. You don't see them tribes in Africa doing this, man. Because they want to say that there are 12 tribes is out there in Hamland, man. You don't see them doing this, man. But anyways, back to the lesson. If Ephraim knew Esau's nature, it would never cross their mind, man. And then that's why the scripture says our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Okay, and that also goes to show the white supremacy, that is ingrained in Latin American countries. That man, their way is, bad, and just send them to the so-called white man. They put more trust in this devil than they do, amongst themselves. All right. Now, fortunately, I might even say that, fortunately, the kids were, brought in by the Mexican side, as I stated, in the beginning of the video, and Mexico is going to, hold responsibility. And that's actually better, man. If you really think about it, because, hey, man, Esau, man, it ain't good on this side, man. All right, it ain't sweet on this side, man. Look at the title of this. Thousands of immigrant children said they were sexually abused in U.S. detention centers. This devil is raping children, man, in them detention centers, man, because them kids is defenseless. All right, they don't got a voice. They're not gonna go to school with all the other kids and talk about what happened to them. No, they're being housed in cages. All right. Let me see. Children, immigrant, children, detention centers. All right. This is how they're housed. Okay. This is how they're housed. All right. This is how Esau is doing. Let me just zoom it in. This is how Esau is doing the so-called Latinos, man. Your children, man. This is how they're doing, man. Doing them, Salakia. Cages, tin foil blankets. This is an aluminum blanket, man. This devil's gonna pay, man. All right, real talk. This devil's gonna pay. That looks like it's outside in the streets. You know. So there it is, man. All right, and what that is the prophecy here in the book of Hosea, chapter 9, verse. Let me see. Let's just get the key point. The book of Hosea, chapter 9, verse 13, and it reads, "Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant palace." It's like in a pleasant place. "But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer." Okay, and who is the murderer, man? All right, who is the murderer? Esau, Edom. Okay, and what proves that is the book of Romans, chapter 9, and let me see. Salakia. No, 8 and 44. Salakia, hold on, let me see. See that Satan right there, man. Oh, so like it was John 8 and 44. All right, but what does it say? All right, now this is, Yahweh Shai cursing out, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, man. The wicked Jakes. What did he say? "You're of your father, the devil." All right, now who is he talking about? He's talking about Esau, Edom, man, because they were basically carrying forth his will. I mean, it's like their will. They were keeping up with their status quo. That's the main reason why the scribes and Pharisees were coming against Yahweh Shai in the first place, man. All right, that's the main reason why, because he was, sowing a lot of contempt. It's like not sowing a lot of contempt. I mean, yeah, there was contempt, but because ultimately he was, what's the word? He was, going against these devils, man. Because back then Israel was, Jerusalem, the kingdom of Judah, all right, the southern kingdom was under the Romans, and the Romans were Edomites, are Edomites. Okay, so that's the one reason why, that's the reason why the scribes and the Pharisees came to him. They were coming against him because they were hand joined in hand with Esau, man. Keep his order and keeping the people in a docile state. In a basically not really in the spirit, man. But anyways, continuing on, and it reads, "You're of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do." All right, and what does it say right there? He was a murderer from the beginning. All right, and that's it right there. Okay, he was a murderer from the beginning. That's talking about Esau, man. All right, because even in the very beginning, he is the reincarnation of Cain. Okay, and he's the first murder. All right, that's the spirit that's in this devil, man. The spirit of Cain. That's why he hates us, man. That's why he does, these atrocities to us, man. Let's get the one with the little tinfoil, man. Boom. If Esau had any compassion, or any type of pity for our people, he wouldn't have them in cages, sleeping on top of each other and covered by aluminum foil, man. He wouldn't have them like that. Esau treat the other nations better. Straight up, man. He treat the other nations better. He treat his own better, man. How all them refugees, from Ukraine, they get to be in upscale hotels and so on and so forth, man. You know, different you know situations with this, the so-called Middle Easterns, whether they be Ishmael, Elam, out there in Afghanistan. They fighting Al Qaeda, they fighting Taliban. And then you have the refugees out there that come from out there. They're not treated like this, man. All right, but why is it with our people, we're treated like this? And the answer is in the scriptures. Okay, let's get into it. The book of Ezekiel. Let's get that. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. A matter of fact, let's start from the top, man. That way we could get the context in as to who this is, directed towards. All right, and what does it say? Moreover, the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. Now, Mount Seir is the capital of Edom. All right, and that's basically, in a roundabout way, this is another way of, it's another way of saying that this is towards, Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. All right. That's what the scripture's saying. It's not talking about the location, but rather the nationality that, inhabited that location. Okay. And it reads, prophesy against it and say unto it. And that's another reason why, the truth is found with starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, man. The 100% truth. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is dealing with us, man. All right, because guess what, man? I just watched that debate with Sakari, and Dr. Brown. It's crazy how things are switched up, in the scriptures, man. Okay, because these heathens, man, these other nations, these other these churches out here, the Christian churches, they will never understand these words, man. This word is written in a way and ultimately, going out in a way that you need the Ruach HaKodesh to be supping with you in order to understand them. Okay? Because just to highlight, what I'm trying to say, right here is the fact that right here is referencing really a people, not a location. All right? But when you look at scriptures like Ezekiel 38, it references the location rather than the people. Gog and Magog, you look that up, that's Russia. So that's the spirit, of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that has to be on you in order to even see this, man. Okay, so count yourself lucky that you're in this truth. This thing is almost over, man. This place is going down. All right, but Salaki, back to the lesson. Okay, verse 3. And say unto it, thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, our power. Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy city waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, and that's basically, what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is getting ready to do with Babylon and also all these other countries and kingdoms. Everywhere that this devil inhabits, man, it's all gonna be destroyed. Okay, now this place is gonna be destroyed. Babylon is gonna be destroyed by a thermonuclear missile. But after that, the elect is, basically simultaneously as that happens, the elect is gonna be beamed up, man. All right, the elect is gonna be delivered. The elect out of the nation of Israel, and then it's gonna be a global invasion. These Edomites, along with the rest of these other nations, are going to be subjugated, man. And they're going to be put in hardcore slavery. All right. And their cities are going to be wasted, man. Okay. They're destroyed. All right. All this, architecture and whatnot, the fashion, how cities are made after the fashion of Esau. All that's going to be destroyed, man. Okay. Primarily these devils, man. All his cities in Europe and South Africa, Australia. everywhere he inhabits, man. It's all gonna be destroyed. Okay, because hey, he won't be needing them no more. He ain't gonna be using them no more. All right, but Salaki, continue on, and it reads, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right, because this devil, he wants to be as the Most High. He's the number one nation that blasphemes and denies the Heavenly Father. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, right? And here's the key point. Okay, Salaki, kind of went on a tangent, not really a tangent, but, it was a little bit long-winded there. All right, but, here's the key point, man. All right, why, Esau don't treat the other nations like this, man. Why the other nations get benefits, why the other nations, get loans, and certain things of that nature. But yet our people are treated in cages, man. Our people are met with captivity, and the answer is right here. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. All right. And that's, the first line on down, basically sums up this devil's sentiment towards us, man. He has a perpetual hatred. Okay. Esau will never accept you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. He hates you. And he will always hate you. That's what he was created to do. All right, but guess what? A payback is coming. Okay, verse 6, therefore, as I live, said Yahweh Shema Shai, our power, I'll prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? And then this devil, man, he deserves every bit of it, man. How thousands of children, were coming out saying that they were being abused, they were being raped. They use that word sexually abused, but nah, man, that's, really what they was doing is it was molesting and raping these kids, man. And our people so, blind to that, with the whole white supremacy thing, thinking Esau can't do no wrong. And he's this, because, they grew up seeing Caesar Borgia. They grew up seeing the little baby angels, the naked baby angels. That right there gives you a hint as to what this devil is into, man. What he got painted up there in them cathedrals, man. That gives you the hint, man. This devil, matter of fact, let's get that, man. What does it say? Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Exactly, man. All right. This person is Esau's the border of wickedness, man. As it is written in the book of Malachi chapter 1 and 4. He's profane. He is a fornicator. Word fornicator is basically, to be, do sexual things, that are not allowed in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It also has a spiritual meaning, to, go off into idolatry, which only applies to the nation of Israel, man. But this is, what this devil's track record, man. This devil does not pity, and that's also part of the curses, man. All right, let's get that Deuteronomy. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49, and it reads, "And Yahweh Shemel Shai shall bring a nation against thee from afar." All right, now this is during the time of, you know, um, during the 1492, starting from there, possibly earlier, when that's the spirit of 144, but like 1492, or possibly earlier, when, Esau started settling, and, really he started stealing these lands, all right, colonizing these lands, that's the fancy word he wants to put for it, you know, that's what this is referring to. Yahweh Shemel Shai shall bring a nation against thee from afar. All right, and they were against you tribes, man. Okay, from you so-called Negroes, being brought here on slave ships from the west coast of Africa to you so-called Mexicans, being genocided against, man. This devil was waging genocide against you, man. He had bounties up for the tribe of Gad, the so-called Native Americans. You get 10 Indian scalps, you receive a reward. This devil hated he hated you tribe so much, you so-called Native Americans being one of them, that he, would reward, the hunting buffaloes to starve the so-called Native Americans out, man. These devils are not for you, man. All right, and you tribes in this modern day, you gonna learn that the hard way. All right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that, that still, see Esau as this man that can't do no wrong, that he's on your side, he's your friend. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn that the hard way. Okay, because hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna put the spirit on him to open up on you once again. All right, as it is written in the book of Second Esdras. Okay, but let's get this, finish up on this. What does it say? All right, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, and that right there's a indicator who this is talking about. All right, we're gonna bring this out in the book of Obadiah. Let me see. This is in the Old Testament. All right, Obadiah 1 and 4, where it says, "Thou exalt thyself as the eagle." All right, so and what is this devil's national symbol? Time and time again, this devil, always took on the eagle as his mascot. You saw it in Rome, Nazi Germany as well. They had certain things like that. And also too, primarily Babylon, man. But continuing on in a reason, though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down. Said the Yahweh Shemel Shai. Basically, talking about all them space stations this devil has, man. The Lord finna, break all that stuff down. All right. But what does it say? Deuteronomy 28 verse 49, continuing on, "A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand," right? Because all the tribes were speaking the dialect of Hebrew, man. Okay, all the tribes were speaking the dialect of Hebrew. Okay. And, these devils, what were they speaking? They were speaking that Latin, that Germanic, that French, Portuguese, English, the Old English, Verse 50, "A nation of fierce countenance," and here's a key point, "which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young." This devil ain't showing favor to the young of our children, man. All right? No favor at all. Okay? No favor at all. God got them sleeping on the floors. What looks to be outside. Looks like a parking lot. Thin little mattresses. He don't do the other nations like that. He don't do the other nations like that, because if he did, there would be an uproar, man. All right? And this devil wants to, man, it gets my blood boiling. Because this devil wants to demonize the northern kingdom, knowing damn well that he destabilized the Latin America, man. He destabilizes and sows destruction and death on Latin America where the Northern Kingdom dwell at, man. All them cartels, all them gangs, regime changes, man. You think the cartels are bad? You got dudes down there that want to topple their governments, man. Straight up insurrectionists, people that go to a village and wipe the whole place out just because they vote for, they believe on this other guy. They support this other political group. It gets real down there, man. And then you got our people, they come into Babylon, and they don't get no mercy. They're met with demonization, But that's this devil for you, man. All right, and that's fine. Because in the kingdom, he's going to get it worse, man. He's going to get it double. All right? And it's kind of funny, too, in a way. The little music that they play. Well, this is, they took it out. But, the little, heroic music that they played. I mean, it's a car shining. He took them kids in. They did a good thing. But it's kind of like in like a distorted world, man. How you see, dang, man, like it's like watching, a parent offering, somebody offering their kid to a lion, a serpent, one of them big old pythons, and then they playing this heroic music, you be looking at that like, yo, what the, you know what I'm saying? But that's the state of the world, man. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Our people are, what does it say? Robbed and spoiled, man. Let's get that. All right, the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is the people robbed and spoiled. All right, and that's what happened to all you tribes, man. Robbed and spoiled, man. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. Here it is. Even the children aren't safe, man. All right, they didn't even commit. If you really think about it, they didn't even do anything wrong. They didn't even do anything wrong. But this devil always finds a way to demonize what they do. You could be, you could find Jake could find an eloquent way, to prosper or something. And Esau will catch on and then he'll nitpick little things and pass, little legislations and it's a word for it, but he'll pass laws and things to ban it, to just to oppress Jake, man, because this devil hates you so much, man. Continue on and it reads, they're all of them snared in holes and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivereth, for a spoil and none saith restore. Exactly, man. None of these nations got you tribes' interests at heart, man. All right, they all just taking advantage of y'all, man. All right, and Esau, Edom, he putting you tribes through the ringer, man. All right, he putting you tribes through the ringer. Which really we are going through the ringer, man. We're all being oppressed here in Babylon. But this is, the state that our people are in. All right, but it's gonna be over soon. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say, call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKudash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. I'm willing this lesson was edifying. All right, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next.